watched through the Zeta Gundam
Yeah.
again,
Nice.
and I think see where
These are
we are.
episodes. This is disc 4, disc 4, disc 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. This should be 16 through 20,
Okay.
right? Yes.
Yeah.
16. Yes. I think this may be my favorite little part so far in all of Gundam.
Yeah. It's real good.
They seem to have got a lot of things right on it. The dialogue's still not great. I mean, it's a kid show,
Yeah.
you know, translated over, but the story beats and the movement of it just I don't know. It feels like they got into the swing of it. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know how to. That's kind of what it feels like. The uh, it's kind of hinting a little more about Camille. I don't know if his parents experimented on him when he was little or not.
Hmm.
The I don't go that kind of explains, or that's what I was thinking for the connection to 4.
Right.
Why he has it and Amuro doesn't have it, but then later Amuro's like, Camille, did you feel that? And Amuro's like, yeah, this is what she's saying.
Yeah.
So it was kind of strange in that little part there.
I think, and again, chat, just a reminder, we're only at episode 16 to 20. Let's not talk anything beyond that in the chat. I am quick with the ban hammer when it comes to spoiling things for Rungren with Gundam. Because, look, we're in 2022. The chance of someone having no exposure to Gundam other than advertising, like hasn't watched a single series up until we started doing this, is almost non-existent, right? Because in at least where we live, Toonami happened. So the fact that you are untouched to all that means that, like, I want you to get this as pure as possibly, you know?
Well, that's one of the things while we're going through it, the order that they were put out.
Yeah.
To consider to watch I know there's some really good looking new ones.
Yeah.
And the stories may be great, but there's I want to see the progression
for sure
what they've done. And technically the art is better.
Yeah.
They got better doing the art. I'm sure that's not only the artist, but the technology as it improves
for sure.
Time getting stuff to the screen.
The Latreia, very nice.
Oh, okay. The I'm not both 4 and what's her name? Princess Irma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of them are very manipulative. Very manipulative.
Yeah.
All right. They they got 2 different angles from it. I will say one thing, watching it through the second time, if nothing else, Mirai loves her husband.
Yeah.
I think loves him enough that it irks somebody else in the show.
Yeah. Yeah. So I am really interested actually in getting your thoughts on Beltachka Irma right now, because Beltachka Irma, I'm sure you can tell from where we're already at, very divisive character for a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of the fandom hates her.
I don't hate her, but also this is another reason to get to watch him back to back. I know why she's there.
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah.
Who would be there. And that's tough to do.
It is. And I think that's partly why so much of the fan base is just like, man, she's nowhere near as good as that character is.
Yeah. Because you have a connection to the other one, and that was one of the better characters in the first one too.
Right.
She's figure out because both her and Ford do the same thing.
Yep.
Like what cracks me up is Ford to Camille. They're like Camille finally breaks down to her and like spills his guts, and she pulls a gun on him.
Yep.
But Princess Irma, she tells I don't know, and like in her mind, like I pretty sure her and Amuro are already married.
Right. As far as she's concerned, yeah.
As far as she's concerned,
she's got him. He's not going anywhere.
What's funny is I noticed it today. In one episode, she's talking about him not being the hero
Yeah.
that he once was. And I understand, having to get back in the swing of things. He's got a little ways to go. He's getting there. He's getting there. And then when he does, she doesn't like that either.
Right.
I'm like,
yeah, she's something.
yeah.
And like, I don't think Tomino is the best when it comes to writing women, but he does write in a future series one of the best female characters, not just in Gundam, but in anime. So
well, there's moments in the storytelling in this where that really work and do well. And I think it's that part of it through this section in Zeta Gundam.
Right.
I'm like, okay, this is starting to roll here. And the dialogue is still weak in many parts, almost and comically so. And once again, this is not aimed,
right,
at some old dude.
And we're watching the dub, so some of the translations are worse than the sub would have portrayed it.
But what was it? Was it? It was Princess Irma talking to Amuro, wasn't it? Where it said, if you look, when you see you're so worried about fighting, because Amuro's definitely a lot more tactical in this than he was in the first one. It is quite a few things it says. He knows why isn't the ship here? Well, they're getting far away from here.
Right.
Yeah. He just knows. He thinks a lot more tactically, and he gets someone's griping at him, and says, you missed the big picture on that. And he says something really dumb back. I was like, look, just turn around when they say, you got to look at the big picture. Just turn around and say, the devil's in the details.
Right.
Give it something, make him clever in some aspect every once in a while.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm definitely looking forward. It's got me curious about what's coming up in another series now.
Right.
I now that they're tying the stuff together and it's coming together cohesive. Like I said, overall, if I was going to pick my favorite disc out of what we watched, this would be it.
Yeah.
The overall story is still better on the first one.
Right. You still get like some of the best moments with Amuro, I think, on this disc too. I'm like, well, hey, he's back in a mobile suit and he's absolutely incredible. He's so incredible that it is impossible to imagine he could ever lose in a straight up fight where he's at right now. And I think like when you look at what he did in the 1 Year War and you have, well, it was all because of the Gundam he was in. And then now he's just in a Richtiest. It's like, no, it wasn't just the Gundam.
Well, you also look at at what we've got introduced to this series, the biggest ones so far.
Yep. Psycho
Gundam. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll do that. Which, is, as far as I know, or I can tell, is the first actual machine that's meant for
4 new types. Yeah.
Yeah. See, for the cybernetic new type.
Yeah, the cyber new type.
The made new.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit different. And no, I don't know what it feels like to have snakes running around in my head, and I don't want to.
That's such a cool line, though, because it really does make you go, I don't understand, but that sounds horrifying.
You got me there. No doubt.
Yeah, I think when Zeta is on point, it is on point, and I think most of these episodes are that.
Well, that a lot of that I think comes down to like the storytelling beats, editing. There's just stuff in there. The animation cleaner. For the most part, there's only a couple times where I kind of caught it. It goes over pretty clean.
Yeah.
From one scene to another, or when it's panning a scene or something like that.
Right.
And I think that it's just, I honestly, I think it's just better ability at making a show.
Yeah. I think part of that is because of how focused it is on New Hong Kong too. It all feels small.
That they bring in a Godzilla-sized Gundam, and the first place they drop it to fight is in Hong Kong.
Yeah, New Hong Kong. Why not? No, I'm really excited for you to see where things go. I think that these introductions in these episodes have given me a better appreciation for some of these characters that kind of just fell by the wayside for me.
Yeah. Camille still, I don't know. He doesn't feel fleshed out like a main character. I don't know how to
Hmm.
explain it. I know he's good. I know he's got the gun stuff, but it's got to be more than that.
Hmm.
Because just and maybe there and I'm sure there's stuff I'm missing from going with the translation, right?
Right.
And the big one being there's a character in there named Four.
Yeah.
Does anybody change which four they use when they're talking to her? Because at one time somebody calls her number 4,
Right.
and not the first time, but that time she turns around and gets mad.
Yeah.
The so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few things I missed through there, but I don't know. Camille feels like every time you're like, okay, we got it, Camille, and then no,
Yeah.
I got to do something crazy. I did
I will
the
say, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, I got it. Go ahead.
On the sub side, Camille as a character specifically always calls her Falwa. Just
Okay.
4. He never actually spells it out, she, as it would be. Or
Yeah.
Yon, if you were to try and use the nicer one. It's always just
Yeah.
Falwa.
Yeah. Not exactly, but if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I'm wondering if they're calling her bad luck.
Pretty much,
Basically.
yeah. Pretty much.
If anybody in there did that, but
The fact alone that she was created in a new type lab in Japan and was still numbered number 4 is a huge insult to her.
yeah, yeah. Well, that might be reaching out because was it in Japan
Mhm.
that the okay.
Yeah, it was the Murasame Labs in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, because the other lab that we've heard about so far is the Anaheim lab, I believe. Not to be confused with Anaheim, the company. Yeah, Double Zeta does something really interesting with 2 as well. But there was never a dub for Double Zeta, so we'll be watching that in Japanese. So.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool.
Oh, Hydrate needs a sound. It does need a sound. You're right.
No.
Hydrate. Make a unmarked.
You okay there, buddy? Huh? Yeah?
So you know how you take the packaging off?
Yeah.
I just thought I'd be clever and cover it with my hands.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm covered in water.
You have a drinking problem?
I guess so.
It was everywhere.